Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On a recent video, the one about the demographic collapse of Germany specifically and Europe more broadly, I got a number of comments from Westerners, from Europeans, saying this isn't going to be a problem because we have AI, robotics, automation, and so on. So we're addressing the issue. Now, it's kind of sad and disturbing that you think that's a solution to the problem that your nation is facing. To put it simply, robots don't pay taxes. Robots don't go shopping. Robots don't go out to eat at restaurants. Robots aren't consumers. Robots don't spend in the economy. You see, they don't pay taxes, they don't contribute to the tax base of the government, of the state, and they don't contribute to the economy in terms of spending. Robots replace your function in the society as it matters to corporations. In other words, as workers. Now, it matters as consumers, but they've already turned their attention away from you as consumers. They've already decided that you are redundant in terms of your role as consumers. And you can see that, for example, by look at all of the new brand ambassadors for all of the luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Bulgari, on and on. The brand ambassadors are Asian. Now, that's not about inclusivity and diversity and all of that. That's because that's where the market is. The market is in Asia. Companies are turning away from the West. They're turning away from Europe because you don't have enough people to be a useful consumer pool anymore. So the only function that you have is then to be as workers. Well, you're also running out of people to be workers. So they're going to replace you with robots and automation and AI. So you're completely superfluous. And the thing is, you're agreeing with that. They're telling you that you're superfluous and you're agreeing with them. You've been so indoctrinated, so brainwashed, to the point where the way that the owners and controllers of global financialized capital see the world and see you and see society, you accept that. Their solutions to their problems, you think are solutions for the problems that your nation is facing. But it's not a solution at all. Look, if they're going to replace you with robotics and automation and AI, robotic workers that don't pay taxes, that don't get paid a salary, that's another way of indicating to you that the state doesn't matter anymore. Making sure that the state has money doesn't matter anymore. The states are being abandoned. The state structure is being abandoned. It doesn't matter if Germany goes bankrupt. It doesn't matter if France goes bankrupt. It doesn't matter if the UK goes bankrupt. It doesn't matter if the United States can't pay its bills and has to default on its financial obligations come June 1st. Because again, real power exists outside the pale of government. It doesn't matter if the tax base is contracting, because you don't matter anymore. Your society doesn't matter anymore. Your state doesn't matter anymore. Your government doesn't matter anymore. None of that matters anymore to the owners and controllers of global financialized capital. And the thing is that you are now accepting their logic. And their logic serves their interests, not your interests, not the interests of your nation, not the interests of your state. So you understand, they don't mind to see the tax base of Germany shrink. They don't mind seeing the German government unable to collect sufficient revenue to cover the costs and the expenses of running a state, because all of that will be privatized anyway. And then services will only be available to those who can afford it. Because the only people who are not going to be replaced by AI, who are not going to be replaced by robotics, who are not going to be replaced by automation, are the people who don't work anyway, the rich. The rest of you can be replaced. And the necessary contribution that you used to make and historically have made, which is, again, as workers and as consumers, because your numbers are dwindling, because of your demographic collapse, corporations are no longer relying on you to be that for them. But you're not going to have a state left to take care of you. because it's a self-fulfilling destruction. You get replaced by robotics, you get replaced by automation, you get replaced by AI. AI isn't paid a salary. AI, robotics, doesn't pay taxes. AI and robotics don't shop in the market, don't contribute money into the economy. All they do is make money for the owners and controllers of global financialized capital. And they will sell their goods to Asia, to Africa, to the Middle East. They're abandoning you, basically because you stopped having babies. They're solving the problem of the demographic collapse as it applies to their interests, not yours. Their solution is to replace you with robotics and AI, which decreases the tax base, which decreases the revenues of the state, which will make the state go bankrupt. And they're replacing you with consumer pools in the global south. And what's amazing to me is how you can be so indoctrinated that you can actually accept the logic of the owners and controllers of global financialized capital and actually believe that the solutions that they've come up with for themselves are actually viable solutions for you and for your society and for your nation. It's a betrayal of you. It's a betrayal of your nation. It's a betrayal of your government. It's a betrayal of your state. It's a betrayal of your people. But you're on board with it. It's stunning. Jazakumullahu khairan wa assalamu alaikum.